What's up, everybody? It's your boy RJ. I want to thank everybody who gave me a response to my first video. Some of the questions you guys asked are out of this world. And a lot of y'all wanted to hear my sea stories. And we'll get to that video later, believe me. Because, like I said, some of them are a little crazy. But by far, the number one question you guys asked was, what do recruiters lie about the most? Oh my God, I don't even know how to go about talking to you guys about this, but I promised y'all that I would be real with y'all 100% and give you the straight up truth. I'm still in recruiting duty now, so I'll try to convey the truth in a way where I won't get in too much trouble. Let me just say that my opinions are my own. They're no way a representation of the Navy. Yes, I'm in the Navy. Yes, I work as a recruiter for now. They're my opinions, okay? And these are facts or things that I've picked up in my time recruiting or out in the fleet being a cryptologic technician for the Navy. With that said, let's get down to business. What do recruiters lie about the most? There's actually several things that are misinterpreted. The number one thing I would say that recruiters lie about the most is going on deployments. People! Y'all are joining the military. You are not going to be a postal worker or go work at some office somewhere. You're joining the military. Whether you're going to join the Navy, Army, Marines, Air Force, at the end of the day, your job is to serve and protect the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Some recruiters will tell people that they will never deploy, that they're never going to see a ship, that they're never going to see combat or go to war. Regardless of what job you have or what job you pick in the military, the likelihood that you're going to deploy, go overseas, face combat, or be in a war if one breaks out is very high. I won't say that everybody does that, because not everybody does go to war, not everybody does go to sea, and not everybody sees combat. The select few that don't, it's very rare. That number is very minuscule. Damn near everybody's gonna go to war, go to sea, or see some kind of combat in their time in the military. So here is where the misconception happens. I have a lot of applicants that come into my office and ask me, will I see combat? Do I have to go to sea? Will I go to a ship? And the normal response for any recruiter is, we can put you in a non-combat related job. And that's 100% true. They can put you in a non-combat related job. You can choose a job that is non-combat related. However, you got to listen to what the recruiter says, not what you think he said. He said, we can put you in a non-combat related job. That doesn't mean that you're not going to see combat. That means that your job specifically is not combat oriented. At the end of the day, you're in the military. Let's say your job is to do administrative work or to do accounting, right? And a war breaks out. Do you think that the military cares more about the paperwork that you're supposed to be filing, or the enemy that is out there possibly destroying U.S. assets or attacking the United States itself? I mean, come on. Anyone who's in the military, their primary job is to be in the military. Their secondary job is whatever they chose to enter the military as. So, if a war breaks out, are you going to deploy? The likelihood of that happening is, yeah, you're going to deploy. If you're in the Navy, we're in the Navy. Most of our jobs are out to sea. Not all of them, but most of them are out to sea. So the likelihood that you'll see a ship is very high. There are some jobs that are shore-based only, and there are some jobs that are in the aviation community and deal with planes, jets, and helicopters. But the majority of the jobs in the Navy are seagoing rates, meaning that you'll be on a ship at some point. Heck, even if you do administration, like I said before, they have that on the ship. So you'll be doing administration on the ship. So pay attention to what is said and not what you want to hear. The second thing that I hear a lot of recruiters lie about is pay. What you see on screen right now is the base pay for the Army. What you see on the screen now is the base pay for the Navy. What'd you notice? Nope, I didn't make a mistake. Those are all the same. It doesn't matter which branch of service you join. The pay is exactly the same for every branch of service. The way we do our pay is based on your rank. I'll put a link in the description box of the entire pay chart so you guys can see how we get paid based on the rank. But the ranking system is what determines your pay. It doesn't matter what branch of service you're in, whether it be Army, Navy, Marines, or the Air Force, we all have the same ranks. The difference between officer and enlisted, I'll tell you guys that in a different video. For right now, just know that your pay is based on your rank. It doesn't matter which branch of service you're in. So a lot of recruiters will try to entice people to come into their office instead of another recruiting office. And the way they do that is by saying we offer more money than they do, or we offer better benefits than they do. That's a lie. Everybody in the military is part of the Department of Defense, the DOD. That means that the DOD regulates our pay, and our pay goes based on your rank. With that said, it also doesn't matter which job you choose. There's several people in the military who say, I want this job specifically. I want to be a cook, or I want to be in the medical field, or I want to be a nuclear engineer, because they feel they'll get paid more in the military. But that's untrue. As I said before, and you saw on the pay chart, your pay goes based off your rank. It doesn't go based on which job you have. So it doesn't matter what job you pick or what job is given to you, your pay is going to be the same unless you make higher rank. Once you make higher rank, then you'll make more money. And that's how it goes in the military. Now, what is different are the bonuses. Bonuses are a lump sum of money that the Navy's going to give you in order to choose a certain job. And those usually go to the jobs we need the most. The two jobs we need the most right now in the Navy are Navy SEAL and nuclear engineer. If you pick one of those two jobs, then you'll probably get a high bonus. However, if you pick a job that everybody wants, your bonus will probably be a little bit lower or nothing at all. Every branch of service has a bonus. Not every job has a bonus, but every branch of service has some type of bonus that they offer people. All bonuses across all branches of service are capped at $40,000. So if the Army, the Navy, Marines, or Air Force recruiter tells you that they have higher bonuses than the other branch of service, they're lying. Again, those bonuses are regulated by the Department of Defense, and we all fall under the Department of Defense. So if someone says that they have higher bonuses than another branch, they are straight up lying to you. The only difference between the bonuses is what job you choose. The jobs that we need the most get a higher bonus. The jobs that we don't need as much don't get that much of a bonus because we don't need people to fill those jobs. There is one difference though. Depending on which job you choose, your career after the military may pay you more or less. For instance, if you choose to be a cook, a culinary specialist in the Navy, and I'm not knocking any culinary specialists out there because they can cook up some mean food. And I still have to go back to my next command after this, and I don't want my cooks to mess up my food, so I love you guys. But the culinary specialist won't get as high of a bonus as the nuclear engineers do when they join the Navy. Additionally, once the nuclear engineer gets out of the Navy, his job opportunities are going to be much wider than that of the culinary specialist. The nuclear engineers from the Navy get certified to work on nuclear power plants, so they can go work on nuclear power plants outside of the Navy and make more money generally than what a culinary specialist would make or cook would make out in town. And again, I'm not knocking either job. You can choose either job. It's about what you want to do. I'm just giving you the facts. Because you shouldn't choose a job based on the bonus. You should choose the job based on what you qualify for and what you want to do. Money talks. And sometimes when you're having $10, $20, $30,000 thrown at your face for picking a certain job, it's kind of hard to turn that down. You know what I mean? And since we're on the topic of jobs, let me tell you the next thing that a lot of recruiters lie about. I've heard several recruiters tell people that they can guarantee that a person will get a certain job. Why you always lying? All right, I'm going to stop that. That is a straight up lie. No Navy recruiter can guarantee you any job. Now, what they probably can do is tell you that you're likely to get this job or that there's a high probability that you'll get a certain job, but they can't guarantee that you'll get a certain job. Let me explain to you the process of getting a job for the Navy. The first step is to take your ASVAB exam. Think of the ASVAB as the military entrance exam. It's kind of like the SAT, but nowhere near as hard. Every branch of service uses the same ASVAB, but the score to enter each branch of service is different. Once you pass the ASVAB, your recruiter can see your test score and see which jobs you qualify for mentally. Keep in mind, that's just mentally. That says that you're smart enough for these certain jobs. And I'll talk to you in detail about the ASVAB in a future video. The next step is for you to take your medical exam. You have to go to a place called the Military Entrance Processing Station, or MEPS, in order to take your medical exam. They're going to check you from head to toe. They're going to look through your medical history to make sure that you are physically fit and physically able to do certain jobs. After you take your test and pass, and after you do your medical exam and pass, you go see the classifier. The classifier sits down with you and he looks over your results from your medical exam and your test. He also checks what jobs are available. And then he gives you your options on the jobs that you are eligible for based on your test score, your medical exam, and what jobs are available. From those jobs, you choose which job it is that you want. Sometimes there isn't a choice. Sometimes you only qualify for one job. Sometimes there's only one job available. And other times, there are several jobs and several opportunities. If you score really high on your ASVAB test, and if your medical exam went great, then there's probably going to be a lot of opportunity for you. Keep in mind, I said that's the classifier that does that, not the recruiter. Once you pick your job, then they give you your contract. You actually sign on your contract for the job agreeing that you will enter the Navy with this certain job. There are circumstances where you can change your job before you leave the boot camp. There's also circumstances where you can change your job after you've already been through boot camp. But that's a little bit harder to do. If you want to know about how to change your job after you've been through boot camp, let me know and I'll make a video dedicated to that specifically. But the bottom line is you can actually change your job in the Navy. To be completely honest with you guys, a lot of recruiters out there don't like doing that. They don't like submitting the request for you guys to change your job. The reason that is because it shows a lack of dedication to the Navy. When you join the Navy, it doesn't matter which job you choose. You're still going to get the same pay, the same benefits, and you might be able to get a job that you like and don't even know you'll like it. Like when I came in, I was an electrician. I didn't know anything about electronics or electricity, but I ended up loving it. There's several people that come into the Navy thinking they already know what a job is like. Let me tell you right now, some of the jobs that you guys think are the greatest jobs aren't that great, believe me. So the smarter thing to do is to pick a job that advances quicker, that gives you rank. Again, I said the pay goes based off your rank. If you're in a job that advances quickly, you'll get more pay and you'll be in charge instead of just being the one taking the orders all the time. And don't worry, I'll make a separate video about each job and a little bit about what each job does so you guys can stay informed. So the next line I want to talk to you guys about is about being out to sea. I've heard several recruiters from all different branches say that if you're in the Navy, you're going to be on a ship in the middle of the ocean just doing circles for 9 months at a time. Now, there are times that you are at sea for an extended amount of time. A usual deployment in the Navy is about 6 months. Do you go to sea on a ship? Yes, you do. Are you out to sea the entire 6 months? No, generally speaking, you're not out to sea the entire 6 months. Think of it this way. Most people have a car, right? That car runs on what? Fuel, gasoline. What do you think a ship runs on? So, can you drive your car in the middle of the road for 6 months at a time and not run out of gas? I doubt it. Even electric vehicles, they're battery powered. They need a recharge. The ships are the exact same way. We need fuel. We need food for people. We need to stretch our legs. So every 2 to 3 weeks, generally speaking, we hit a port. When you go on deployment, you'll spend 2 to 3 weeks out to sea in the ocean, patrolling the shores, making sure that America and its assets are safe, and then you pull into a foreign port. When you're in that foreign port, you're usually in there for about 5 days. One of those days you work. For 24 hours, you'll be on the ship for 1 day. It's called duty. The other 4 days that you're in that foreign country, you generally have time off. It's called liberty. And you do pretty much anything in that country. A lot of people don't like me saying this, but in the military, overseas, especially in Europe, the drinking age is 18. So if you're over 18, which everybody in the military is, you can legally drink overseas. Again, moms and dads, if you're watching, I don't make up the rules. That's just what they are. Then, after that port visit is done, you get back on the ship and you go and patrol again for another couple of weeks. Then you pull into the next country. Again, you're in that country for generally about a week. One of those days you work, and the other 4 days you go out on liberty. What you do on liberty, that's up to you. I can tell you, I've had fun out on liberty. And I will get into those stories, believe me, just not right now. Are there times where you'll be out to sea for an extended period of time? Yes, there is. There's always circumstances that come up or arise, such as COVID, where you can't pull into a country because of safety reasons. And that's for your benefit. But more likely than not, you'll pull into a foreign country when you're out on deployment every couple of weeks. And I'll get more in detail with that on a later video. But for right now, just know that being on a ship isn't that bad. And no, you aren't in the middle of the ocean for your entire deployment. And the last lie or misconception that I'll talk to you guys about is recruiter pay. A lot of people out there think that recruiters make a commission off of contracts. That is not true. I wish recruiters made a commission off of contracts. Not too long ago, I broke the record for recruiting in my district. And you know how much I made out of that? Nothing. I got a pat on the back and got told, good job, get back out there and find me more people. Recruiters do get extra pay for being on recruiting duty, but it is a flat amount. It doesn't go up with the amount of contracts you have, and it doesn't go down if you fail. It stays at a certain level, and that's just for being on recruiting duty. It's the same thing for going into a combat situation. If you get deployed and go into a combat situation, you're going to get hazardous duty pay. You're going to get extra pay for being in that situation. It's just like recruiters. Recruiters are getting paid for being recruiters. It doesn't matter how many people we recruit, we don't make any extra money off of that. We don't make any less if we fail. Now, there is a quota. If there's a recruiter that tells you that there's no quota, he's probably lying. There are some months where we don't have a quota at all because we've already met our goal. But the United States government and the U.S. Navy needs you guys to serve. So we do have a quota. There's people getting out of the Navy on a daily basis, and we need to fill those spots. How else can we do it if we don't have a quota? But we don't make extra money on that quota. And if we don't meet that quota, we don't lose any money from it. So don't think that your recruiter just thinks of you as a paycheck, because you're not a paycheck. Generally speaking, most recruiters care about their applicants. They want to see them succeed. They want to see them go through. Do you know why? Because recruiting duty is temporary. You only do recruiting duty for a certain amount of years. After that, you go back out to the fleet. So all the people that I recruit, I'm probably going to have to serve with them later on in my career. Do I want to serve with somebody who doesn't want to be there? No. So we care about the people that we put in because we have to serve with those people. Those people are our replacements. With that said, I'm going to wrap it up. Let me know if you guys want a part 2 to this, because believe me, there's a lot of stuff to cover. And let me know in the comments what your recruiters have lied to you about. And as always, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Peace.